the new Hypermotard. Well, not really a new one. It has been around for nearly 2 years now. So before we go any further, I need to clarify that the Hypermotard film was supposed to be in a different concept, but for some reason it has to be changed to this super simple film. So please forgive us for that. Well, it is no secret that I personally love the Ducati Hypermotard. Ever since I rode it sibling the Hyperstrada, I've already made up my mind that this is the bike that I would buy myself. With that, I hope that you can take some of the key points here if you are already deciding to get one. For the rest, just welcome to Malaysian Riders. I really consider the bike to be one of the best looking two-wheels machine out there. The sleek and well-trimmed design makes me want to gawk at it as long as I possibly can. That is how good it is. But this is my opinion, right? The one that we had was the CKD version of the Hypermotard, and I was impressed at how well built it was. So that's really good if you ask me. Plus you can't go wrong with the signature Ducati raid as its paint job, and I must say the finishing of it is on par to the CBU unit. In the making of the film, we had gone through some long distance and worked with some great people who were kind enough to help us, and in the process, we discovered that the bike reacts well to the Malaysian terrain and environment. I forgot to mention, the significant difference between the Hypermotard and the Hyperstrada is the height. The Hypermotard is really tall and gives a sense of riding proud on the road. Although it might not suit everyone here in the Asian region, I pretty much enjoy the seat height and the upright riding position of it. The seat is nicely scooped to fit a natural sitting position, and the reach towards the handlebar is well balanced. You might think that it would be awkward to go through turns with such a tall bike, but let me tell you, I felt that it turns as well as a sports bike. Well, maybe not as blunted as you might want it to be, because the front end tends to wobble a little bit, but that to me is just normal to the geometry of the bike. But it does have a longer wheelbase than its predecessor, which may have been Ducati's intention to make it a more well-balanced bike for the straights and the corners. Now on to the performance part of the machine. I have to say, the new Hypermotard managed to retain its amazing motor prowess even with its all-new 821cc engine. It's the same engine with the Hyperstrada, and so it felt similar to me. But what it does and how it feels really matter, because the way all of it add up to one another, being a tall bike with some really good tires on, although the one that we had is nearly at the end of its life, it still is a one fun machine to ride. Like I said before, I'm already in love with it long before the film was made, and that's because the motors give me the instant power that it can give, with a beautiful stock noise coming up from both of its engine and pipes. It accelerates quickly as to our expectation due to its twin engine configuration, and we managed to clock off just about 3 seconds of 0 to 100 test. And as quickly it accelerates, the braking is there to stop you in way less than 100 meters. If you're wondering about the riding modes, well, it is there, and honestly I felt that only 2 of the 3 modes are really the one that I favor, and that is the race mode and the wet mode. Why? Because I just don't care about a sports mode that felt powerful yet a bit linear in the response, but I guess that is just my preference. Each one of them is well designed to fit a certain condition, that is for sure. All in all, the new Ducati Hypermotard is a machine to be loved. Maybe not much because of its performance, but more about the feel of having it around and sitting on it. Understandably, that doesn't seem like a solid reason to invest around 70,000 ringgit of your money to own one. But there's just something about it that makes me feel happy to see it standing under my Porsche. Well anyway, in total I've clocked nearly 1,000 kilometers during the test, and I've ridden it in all kind of conditions. I must say, it doesn't disappoint me. Yes, it might be a stubborn bike to some people, and it's quite hot as well. But it's like having a relationship with your girlfriend or wife. They won't always listen to you, but no matter what, you gotta love them. Or so they say. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching, Malaysian Riders, and goodbye.